The following Bible Bite is a brief excerpt from one of our Standing Firm Bible study videos. I pray that the Holy Spirit will use it to help you be more like Jesus and to stay in the battle. Last time we were in Romans chapter 5, we saw verse 13 and 14 are a parenthesis that explains these words, because all sinned. And here's his explanation. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin's not imputed where there is no law. Nevertheless, death reigned from Adam until Moses, even over those who had not sinned, in the likeness of the offense of Adam, who is a type of him who was to come. What's he saying here in verses 13 and 14? He's saying this. To demonstrate what I just said, that all men are guilty of Adam's sin, he says, consider the men who lived during the 2,500 years or so between Adam and Moses. The explicit laws of God had not yet been given. They had no written laws of God to violate. And he tells us in verse 13, therefore sin was not imputed to them. Not imputed. Not imputed means not legally held against them. There was no sin committed by them personally that was charged to their account because there was no law. You may remember he said this earlier in chapter 4, verse 15, where there is no law, there is no transgression. And that doesn't mean, of course, they didn't commit sin. Of course they committed sin. I mean, the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah makes it clear that obviously people were committing sins. We know there was a lot of sin in the world there. The flood in Noah's day makes it clear people were committing terrible sins, no doubt about that. Clearly there was plenty of sin in that day before the law was given. Sin is sin, before or after the law, but legally speaking, it was not counted as transgression on God's books until God's law was clearly given. In verse 14 here in chapter 5, he says that they had not sinned in the likeness of the offense of Adam. In other words, Adam had been given a very specific command from God. Don't eat the fruit of that tree. And Adam disobeyed that command. These people had not been given a specific command. Therefore, their sin was not imputed to them. That's in verse 13. Sin is not imputed where there is no law. If you'd like to watch the rest of this Bible study, or view the Standing Firm Bible Study playlist, or subscribe to my YouTube page, you may use the click boxes you will see here if you're watching this as a YouTube video. If you happen to be watching on Facebook, you can find those very same links in the text block that appears with the video. We would love for you to visit our class in person, so there's a link in the text block to a page where you can learn more about our class. If you prefer, you may text me or leave me a voicemail at 423-261-5562. That number's on your screen. May God bless you as you seek to glorify Him. Stay in the battle.